They say Willow Creek is cursed. A series of mysterious disappearances over the years, all unresolved. Tonight, I intend to find out the truth. I drove into Willow Creek just as the sun dipped behind the dense forest. I grabbed my bag and headed inside the inn. The inn was dimly lit, with an old wooden reception desk at the far end. Mrs. Hilda Parker, the innkeeper, sat behind it, knitting with a kind of serene concentration.
"Evening, miss.
She greeted me without looking up.
You must be Emma Harper. We've been expecting you."
"Thank you, Mrs. Parker," I replied, trying to sound upbeat. "It's a lovely place."
"It has its charms, dear. But if I may, be careful where you tread. Willow Creek holds many secrets."
"That's exactly why I'm here," I said. She handed me a key and gestured toward the stairs.
"Room 3. Dinner's at 7. Don't be late."
The room was cozy, but there was an unsettling atmosphere, like the walls had stories they were reluctant to share. I unpacked my things, set up my laptop, and began typing. A sudden knock on the door startled me. I opened it to find Sheriff Tom Blake standing there.
"Miss Harper?"
he asked.
"I'm Sheriff Blake. Heard you're looking into our history."
"Yes, Sheriff. I'm here to uncover the truth about the disappearances," I said.
"Best you don't dig too deep. Some things are best left buried."
With that, he turned and left, leaving me more determined than ever. I decided to take a walk. The village was eerily silent, with only the occasional rustle of leaves breaking the stillness. As I walked, I felt a strange sensation, like I was being watched. There's something here, something unseen but palpable. I need to dig deeper. Back in my room, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. I sat at my desk, sifting through old newspaper clippings and notes, trying to piece together the mystery of the disappearances. As the clock ticked past midnight, I heard a soft whispering, almost inaudible. "Leave." I froze, my heart pounding. The room was empty. I grabbed my flashlight and scanned the room. Nothing. The whispering stopped as suddenly as it had started. I'm not alone in this room. The next morning, Mrs. Parker gave me a knowing look as I came down for breakfast.
"Rough night?"
she asked. "Just a little," I replied. "Do you know anything about the voices people hear at night?" She stiffened, her knitting needles pausing mid-stitch.
"The voices are part of the curse. It's best not to listen."
I nodded, deciding it was time to visit the village library and see what I could find about Willow Creek's history. The library was small but filled with old books and records. I spent hours going through them, discovering that the disappearances dated back over a century. Each incident had eerie similarities, no signs of struggle, no bodies ever found, and always preceded by the same whispering voices. What is the connection? Why do these voices precede the disappearances? That night, the whispering started again, more insistent this time. I decided to follow it, hoping it would lead me to some answers. I pushed forward, the voices guiding me deeper into the forest. Suddenly, the whispering stopped. I found myself in a small clearing with an old, decrepit cabin at its center. I approached cautiously. This must be it, the source of the curse. The cabin was dark and smelled of decay. I stepped inside, my flashlight beam cutting through the darkness. The air was thick. Ignoring the voice, I explored the cabin, finding symbols carved into the walls, symbols I recognized from the books in the library. I felt someone else was there who was watching me. The whispers turned into screams, and the cabin began to shake. I ran outside, the screams following me. I turned around and saw an unusual half-bodied creature, and then I looked at the cabin, realizing the terror it held. I fled back to the village, my mind racing. The curse was real, and whatever was haunting Willow Creek was more powerful than I had imagined. I knew I had to leave, but the village wouldn't let me go that easily. Bursting into the lobby, I found Mrs. Parker waiting for me.
"You've seen them, haven't you?"
she asked. I nodded, breathless. What are they?
"They are the spirits of those who disappeared, trapped by the curse, doomed to wander the woods forever."
How do I stop it? I asked.
"You can't. The curse is too strong. All you can do is leave and never come back.
I didn't need to be told twice. I packed my things and drove out of Willow Creek as fast as I could. But as I reached the edge of the village, my car suddenly stalled. The shadows seemed to grow longer and darker, encroaching on my car. I got out of the car, intending to run, but the whispers seemed to surround me. I came to uncover the truth. But now I am part of the curse. The shadows of Willow Creek have claimed me, and I will never escape.
The village was peaceful as the sun rose, casting a golden light over the forest. In the clearing, the old cabin stood silent, its secrets hidden once more. The only sign of Emma Harper was her abandoned car at the edge of the village, a silent testament to the curse of Willow Creek. Years later, the village inn looked the same, shrouded in an eerie calm. James Carter, a journalist in his 30s, pulled up in his car, eyes full of curiosity and determination. He walked into the inn, greeted by a strangely familiar yet unsettling atmosphere. Behind the reception desk sat a young woman, knitting with serene concentration.
"Evening, sir.
She greeted him without looking up.
You must be James Carter. We've been expecting you."
James nodded, taken aback by her knowing smile.
Yes, I'm here to investigate the disappearances.
"Welcome to Willow Creek. Be careful where you tread. This village holds many secrets."
As she handed him the key to room 3, James noticed the name tag.
Emma Harper?
He whispered, realizing the chilling truth.
"Yes.
She replied softly.
Welcome to Willow Creek."
James took the key, a shiver running down his spine. As he walked towards the stairs, he felt the weight of the village's secrets bearing down on him. Emma watched him go, her smile fading as she resumed her knitting, the shadows of Willow Creek whispering around her.